Peace be with you. Dear friends, welcome to Living Flame Podcast website and Facebook group. Gospel Reflections for Tuesday in the second week of Advent. Today, December the 12th, we celebrate Our Lady of Guadalupe, the patron of the Americas. Gospel according to Luke, chapter 1, verses 39 to 47. It is said that an elderly Mexican makes his way to Mass in the early morning of December 9th, 1531. He is a peasant, a simple farmer, a laborer, and he has no education. Born under Aztec rule, he is a convert to Catholicism, and each step he takes this morning is a step into history. The morning quiet is broken by a strange music that he will later describe as the beautiful sound of birds. Diverting his path to investigate the sound, Juan Diego, this elderly man, comes face to face with the radiant apparition of the Virgin Mary. Juan Diego, who is 57 years old, he has just encountered the Virgin Mary on Tepeyac Hill, the site of a former Aztec temple. His wife has died 2 years earlier, and he lives with his older uncle, scratching his living from the earth as a humble peasant farmer. Why should this unlearned man be chosen by Our Lady to carry a message to the bishop? Perhaps because she would find none other as humble as Juan Diego. Juan Diego is dazzled by the incredible beauty and miraculous nature of Our Lady's appearance. She appears as a native princess to him, and her words sound more beautiful than the sweetest music ever made. Dear friends, this little story, the vision, tells us a lot about Mother Mary's apparition and the subsequent message. Today, millions of people visit Guadalupe, and that is a place of worship, a place of peace, a place of spiritual revival. Now, when we look at the gospel passage, we find Mary set out and went with haste to a Judean town in the hill country, where she entered the house of Zechariah and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the child leaped in her womb. So we can just imagine how Mary's generosity here, as soon as she heard from Angel Gabriel that Elizabeth was pregnant, she immediately set out to help her. The helping nature of Mary we find even in the Gospels. When Jesus was at Cana, there wasn't enough wine, and Mary was more concerned than others, and she pleaded with Jesus to help them, and consequently we know the water was turned into wine. Dear friends, in our daily lives, as we prepare ourselves for this great event of the birthday of Christ, and as we celebrate today the solemnity of Our Lady of Guadalupe, it is a moment for us to reflect on the role of Mary in the history of salvation, how generously she came forward to collaborate with Jesus in the work of redemption of the humanity. So that means it is a great example for us that all of us should be involved in one way or the other in spreading the good news of Christ, in bringing joy to others, the joy of the gospel. Whether Mary's visit to Elizabeth or Mary's apparition to the elderly man Juan Diego, all in some way help us to understand how important it is in this world to bring the good news to others who suffer in one way or the other. So our duty as followers of Christ disciples of Christ, to imitate Mary, to imitate Jesus, and bring that joy and happiness to all those people who try their best to come out of their crisis, come out of their problems, to come out of their difficult situations. May the Lord help us to be the light of the world and salt of the earth. God bless you.